Hello everyone. This is an update episode here for the 12-inch compound sliding double bevel miter saw. And for those of you who are coming back and you know my style of video, thank you for coming back. Anybody new, my videos are all uncut, unedited, and then all in first-person view raw footage. So if you haven't seen this episode or the previous episodes for the miter saw, I'll put a playlist up here. Usually try to do it at the beginning of the video because my videos are long. You can just go to the end of the series, which I don't know if this will be the last. I continually do updates. If y'all get bored, all the people who know my style, they know what to do. They'll just skip through or go to the end of this video. For the new people, that's what I recommend. Skip through it or go to the end of this video to see everything, but you might miss out on something important, you never know. And I often put links through the video. So in this episode, what I didn't cover in the previous episodes was, let me illuminate here, is this thing right there. The gotta blow that off probably. Let's go ahead and blow it off. I just used it. I just used it back here at the back of my truck. Oops. Keep doing that and I spill the water all the time. And the plywood was just a base to hold it steady. But I was on the back of my truck instead of inside because all the sawdust flying out. But I just made some more sawhorses. I have some project coming up where I'll be cutting up some quarter rounds to put along the base of kitchen cabinets. And so these are my original right here. And I made them the same dimension because all I'm gonna do is just put them under right here when I'm done. After I move all this other stuff. This big box here eventually will be something one day. Just haven't done anything with it. So let me just blow some dust off there. Okay, so I know it's a little dark here, but that's kind of how I want it because that way you can see the laser a little bit better. But let me get another important tool here. If you haven't seen my episode 3 on my little toolbox here, toolbox and the 52 pocket bucket organizer and the 21 pocket tool belt, which I've been heavily using. Put a link on those too. But you know what these are? These are the freebie screwdrivers I get all the time. So this is brand new. Look at that, brand new. Because I put the ones I had in here into my bucket or tool belt, one or the other. But let's see here. I'm going to point it out to you with the screwdriver, okay? So that's it right there. That's the laser. So obviously, if you used it by now, you know where it is. It's a little dusty out there. But if you look here, you'll see that there's some screws here. I don't know what all the screws do. Let me see if I could just leave the flashlight there and have it illuminate on its own. There we go. So this screw right here, let me get into a different angle. This screw right here, I have no idea what it does. I've screwed it in and I've screwed it out. If anything, you pushing on this, let me see if I can get it to focus a little bit better. Yeah, there you go. From you pushing on this, from screwing it, pushes the laser left to right. So I've screwed it in, screwed it out. I don't know what it does. Doesn't really do much. The way I adjust the laser is by these two screws right here. And unfortunately for everyone who has one of these, it's all going to be different for you because it's never going to be the same. I could tell you that right now. So what I've already done is I've already loosened the screws here and moved this to the left more because it was way to the right. And then once you do that, once you get it adjusted, and I'll show you how to adjust it. So let me do that. So what you do is you get a long board like this, and you see I've already made a little kerf cut, and that's what you kind of want to do, make a kerf cut. And once you do that, let me see if okay, I might have to put you in the holster, and I'll take you right back out because I need both hands here. So excuse me, but I'm sure you'll be able to see. Okay, so all I'm doing now is I'm just trying to see if I can get it there. So I'm just getting it. So there you go. You see it. I'm getting it to basically just match up so it fits in there in the curve that I've made. And so once I do that, go ahead and tighten your board down. Okay, so you're all seeing this good. So tighten your board down so it's already moved on me, damn it. Okay, there we go. So make sure when you slide it, it still fits in the groove. Okay, so you got, just make a curve cut. I made several just to make sure. So let me take you out. So you got your curve cuts, all right? And go ahead and make a curve cut, and then put or if you're gonna make one, you'll make one, but don't move it. I've already made one, so that's why I'm trying to line it up again. And let's turn on your laser, right? It's gonna get loud, okay? So let me go ahead and just move this over so you get some shadow. You can see it. I hope you all saw that. I know you heard a loud roar, but gosh, my ear's ringing now. But I hope you all saw that. And if you noticed that my laser is more along this edge of the cut on the right side, it's more along this edge right here. And that's just the way I made it because it seemed to hug. It's when I made my kerf, because I was trying to figure out how am I going to adjust it. I don't even know where I'm going. So I made the kerf, and then I did the laser, and I noticed that the laser was more on this side right here of the cut. So I adjusted the laser to be straight as possible along this edge of my cut. And so so that's, some of you will, maybe your laser will be hugged along this edge, in which you'll have to adjust your laser along this side. And so or if you want to make it that way, it's just that my laser for some reason will not go towards this edge. no matter what I do. And I've pushed it over and did many things, and it doesn't come out straight. It'll go along this edge, but it's not going to be straight. It'll be crooked. It's going to be, it'll be like, it'll touch the edge, but it'll, come out like this, or it'll come out like this. So this is the best I could do, going along this edge here and having it as straight as possible. So basically, so you got to see where your laser is going first. So that's why you make the curve cut, so you know where. So, I kept playing with it, and the way you once you figure out which side it tends to go to, the way you adjust it, because it will move on you like this and won't be quite straight. The way you adjust it, and I learned this from being in the window business, because I actually own a window and door company. So here you go. I'm gonna try to. There you go. So sort of a little too illuminated there. So what you want to do is play around, and you have to play around with it. You have to tighten and loosen either each screws or one or the other. You have to play around with it, and that will move the laser the way it views, because as you tighten the screws, let's say the laser is pointing like this, right? Pointing like this, and let's say it's got a nice straight, it's got like a little line like this. Well, if you tighten the left side of the screw and loosen the right side, it will turn the laser this way, and vice versa. If you tighten this side and loosen this side of the screw, it'll turn the laser like this. And that's the best thing I've been able to do with it, really. And make sure your blade guard is down, because you got to do it while the laser's on. I haven't been able to figure out how to turn the laser on without turning the blade, but make sure the blade guard is down when you do this, because your hands are going to be right here. And if you have a longer screwdriver, that'd be even better, but make sure you don't get too close and you're doing something, you're doing this, and then you're pulling back and you're watching. But you got to keep this locked down, and you got to watch the lasers while you're doing it. I know it seems kind of tricky and kind of scary, but after a while you'll get the hang of it. And like I said, once you figure out what side it's going towards, you may have to loosen both screws and move the whole thing left or right. But you definitely want to make sure that it's going to be coming here. It's either going to be hugging towards more of this side, so you want the laser at least to be on this, and then or one or the other. And if it's like this, but hugging more to the left, then you just, again, all you're doing is you're loosening this side of the screw, which will, sometimes all you have to do is just loosen the screw and it'll move this. And then, the trick is not to loosen the screws so much that they come out. So that's why you have to sometimes tighten the screw, so it'll pull this even a little bit more until you get, if the laser is hugging this side of the line, work with that side of the line. That's all I got to say. If it's hugging more of this side of the line, align it to this side of the kerf, and then because the pivot most likely will be, you want the pivot to be down here, because the way the laser is set up, the laser's way back over there. So every time you move it just a little bit, the degree of angle coming this way is going to be dramatic. So by the time you move it, if it matches here, but it's like a slight degree difference from over here, it'll really show, you know, it'll show quite a bit by the time you know, it comes out to the longer the piece. So this is let's see how long this piece is, which I think is it's good. Let's see here. This is 8 inches. So this is an 8-inch plywood board, 3/4, and you know that should be good. I mean, I don't. You can go ahead and do 12 inches, but I think, you know, you're pushing your luck on it. I mean, if you want to spend that much time adjusting it, good for you guys. But I think 8 inches at this point is good because you know, it's not gonna show all the way, and you're gonna remember you're gonna pull it out as well. See, if I pull it out. So I got it at the edge of this, and then the blade is cutting right underneath or right to the left of that laser, and so that's how I have mine set up. You guys can have yours set up to the right side. It's just all depends on you know, sometimes the luck of the draw, really, how the laser just wants to act, because I have to admit, you know, how it's screwed in, the way it's screwed in, all that make a difference on, you know, how it points. So I hope that helped you out. I'll try to give you maybe I'll do another update example if this ever gets out of adjustment and I have to readjust it for whatever reason. I'll try to, you know, do an update on that. But that's kind of basically how you would adjust it for the most part. And I hope that explains. I hope that was explained something to you. I hope you got it. But you know, that's all I got here. I think that was, and you know, if you're gonna buy a machine and it says laser guide, I think you should know how to at least try to adjust it so you can use it. It's kind of nice to have, because what I do is, you know, I'll make my scroll mark, and of course I'll always check it. You know, I always check it with the blade, make sure it goes along that to the line. And you know, it's just nice because when you do cut it, you're gonna pull the trigger, you're gonna you know, pull on the safety lock and then pull the trigger, and the laser is kind of like a third check saying everything's a-okay to go, because you know, you'll just pretend this is a scroll mark I made on the right side or something, and then of course, excuse me, of course I check it, right? You check it with your blade. You should always check it with your blade, and then, you know, right before you're gonna cut it, it should tell you that where you should be or where you're going to be. And so, but I wouldn't use the laser solely, but it's kind of nice to have. You know, it's like a third check that, you know, before you cut it, you'll know whether you're off a little bit or off a lot, or right on. So I hope that helps you. So again, make sure the blade guard is down when you check it. All right. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I hope this help a lot of people. But if you go ahead and make some comments, make a video response if you're able to do that. Also, like, dislike, or whatever. So stay tuned for the next episode, everyone. All right, bye.